Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Tariqul Islam. I am a student of Department of Banking and Insurance, University of Rajshahi. My student ID is 2010537130. My today's presentation topic is about inflation targeting. What we will learn today? Today we will learn about three things. What is inflation targeting? Advantages of inflation targeting, disadvantages of inflation targeting. At first, we have to know what is inflation rate before knowing the inflation targeting. Inflation rate is the percentage increase in price of goods and services over a given period. Then we will learn what is inflation targeting. Inflation targeting is a central bank strategy of specifying an inflation rate as a goal and adjusting monetary policy to achieve this rate. Inflation targeting primarily focuses on maintaining price stability, but its proponents also believe that it supports the economic growth and also the stability. Now I am shifting my next slide. Advantages of inflation targeting. There are number of benefits associated with inflation targeting. There are four advantages of inflation targeting. Reduction of time inconsistency problem, increased transparency, increased accountability, and consistency with democratic principle. Here I also mentioned the other one advantages of inflation targeting is this: it improved the performance of the economy. So my first advantage is reduction of time inconsistency problem. A key advantage of inflation targeting is that it can help focus the political debate on what a central bank can do in the long run, that is, control the inflation. Reduction of time inconsistency problem, basically focusing the political debate on long run inflation. It can reduce the likelihood of the time inconsistency problem. My second advantage is increased transparency. Inflation targeting has the advantage that it is readily understood by the public and the markets. My third advantage is increased accountability. Another key features of inflation targeting regime is the tendency toward the increased accountability of the central bank. Indeed, transparency and communication go hand in hand with increased accountability. It is the strongest advantages of inflation targeting, and it is most important advantages of inflation targeting. My last advantage of inflation targeting is consistency with democratic principle. Not only is accountability valuable in its own right, but it also makes the institutional framework for the conduct of monetary policy more consistent with democratic principle. Now I am shifting my next slide. Disadvantages of inflation targeting. There are basically also advantage of inflation targeting and also the disadvantage of inflation targeting for the monetary strategy. First one is delayed signaling. Second one is too much rigidity. Third one is potential for increased output fluctuations, and last one is low economic growth. My first disadvantage is delayed signaling. Inflation is not easily controlled by the monetary authorities. Furthermore, because inflation is not easily controlled by the monetary policy authority and other investment bankers, and so an inflation target does not send immediate signals to the public and the markets. Second disadvantage is too much rigidity. It might impose rigid rules on policymakers, although this has not been the case of practices. Third one is potential for increased output fluctuations. An important criticism of inflation targeting is that a sole focus on inflation may lead to monetary policy that it is too tight when inflation is above target is sole focus. That means it basically focus the increased output of fluctuations. And my last disadvantage is low economic growth. Another common concern about inflation targeting is that it will lead to low growth in output and employment. That is not for good for our economy and the monetary base for the currency in circulation, and also it affect the reserve, that is asset for the financial institutions and also liability for the central bank. So that is all for today. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.